and welcome to Channel 7 News. I'm your host, Ruby Peck, with breaking news. Jacques Cartier, a very old guy, comes back from the dead to run for Prime Minister. We're interviewing him now.
Thank you, Ruby. I'm here with Jacques, who is running for Prime Minister. But we've heard some interesting things about his past, so we are going to ask him a few questions. First of all, mercantilism is now considered a bad thing. When you acted that way, did you believe it was good?
I would have done it if I thought it was bad. But I'm not going to say that on TV. Yes, I do believe so. We discovered a new land that was rich with materials, and although there were people living in this new area that had not claimed any of the resources or land, so we did and made money with our findings.
When you landed on the shore of the St. Lawrence River and met the Mi'kmaq, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, dang, these are some weirdos. But I'm not going to say that on TV. Well, when I originally landed on the shore of St. Lawrence River, I still believed that we were in Asia. But when I started talking to the Indians...
Oh, we say First Nations now, not Indians anymore.
Okay, well, when I started talking to the First Nation people, only then did I realize we were in Asia. But in the new area altogether, I knew this because the resources and geography was like nothing I've seen before. And for the people at first, I thought they were fairly odd. They wore weird clothes and spoke in weird languages. But as we communicated more, we became allies and traded goods.
So, what sparked your inspiration for exploration?
Wanting to table the world. Oh yeah! But I'm not going to say that on TV. There are a few reasons, actually. First, because of the competition, I wanted to be the ruler of lots of land and resources. Second is I wanted to improve the economy in France, and Canada's resources would help. Third is because I wanted to spread Catholic religion, which is important to me. And lastly, I was curious. I wanted to discover the world!
When you returned to France, who did you take with you to finish proving that Canada was real?
The weirdos I found at the beginning. But I'm not going to say that on TV. I decided to bring the leader of the First Nations group, John Connor, because I figured he knew the most about Canada. I also brought 9 others because I thought the more point of views that Europe was getting on Canada, the more we knew about it.
I heard that you kidnapped these people and then lied to their clans about them being alive when they were really dead. What do you have to say to that?
Nothing. That's exactly what we did. But I'm not going to say that on TV. First of all, we did not steal them. Whoever made up that story. They willfully came to us. And the First Nations people were not used being overseas in Europe. So they died of natural causes. And we couldn't help them. When we got back to Canada, we told the First Nations that their people were alive, because if we told them that they were dead, they would think we killed them, and it would most likely start war!
Oh, okay. When you were conquering parts of Canada, do you believe that you're being ethnocentric?
Probably. I don't know what ethnocentric means. But I'm not going to say that on TV. No, I was just looking out for the people of my country in Europe. We were overflowing. And we found a new land with lots of resources. So we thought, why not set up colonies? And during the warm seasons, our quality of life improved drastically.
So what does quality of life mean to you? And how can being in Canada help?
Oh my goodness, when is this going to be over? People aren't even going to see this. I'm just talking to a little box. But I'm not going to say that on TV. Quality of life can mean many things, but I believe if you have value of how meaningful your life is to you, if you have good society, environment, governance, you have higher than someone who didn't have these things. Canada helped because it offered these things. Society, because lots of new people were moving there to start a new life. It was much less crowded. Environment, because it was full of resources despite the winter. And good governance, because of me!
Where do you think Canada would be without you today?
I'm so bored! But I'm not going to say that on TV. I think people from Europe would be living here, but it wouldn't be as colonized as it is now. Although John Cabot was the first, he only really found fish. Yeah, sure, it was good for the fishermen, but what about everyone else? I found gold, although it was fake, which benefited everyone, causing more to be interested.
If you failed on your voyage to Canada, how do you expect people to vote for a failure?
First of all, I did not fail. Did you just call me a failure? How rude! Respect your elders! I am leaving!
Determined, somewhat convincing, and an explorer.
Determined, powerful, but still a failure.
Okay, so the fool, ethnocentric, and a snob.
He's dumb, dumber, dumbest.